Hi everyone, I'm Limyu and English isn't my native language, so please be gentle. This is my first video ever. Sorry for the resolution, I did what I could with what I had. But I really wanted to share with you my love for one game, Guild Wars 2. I've been playing this game for about 4 years uninterrupted, and I'm a huge fan of this franchise. I think now Guild Wars 2 is in an especially good place since the devs have found a good rhythm to create and release content, and they finally know how the game and community function. Guild Wars 2 is in a good balance now, and I'm very happy about it. That's why I think people who chose to not give this game a chance 5 years ago should give it a try now. Really, I think you can find in Guild Wars 2 content for any gamer type. I'm gonna present now what players can find in Guild Wars 2 to suit their personal taste. If you are a storyteller and you like to collect information about the lore, Guild Wars universe is so rich. They started building the lore in Guild Wars 1, the first game. You can find some more lore in the 3 books that were released between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. And of course, in Guild Wars 2 itself, the story, the different seasons that were added, the extensions, and the maps tell a lot of background story. It's always a huge joy to speculate with the whole community on the internet what's gonna come next and create weird hypotheses. If you are an explorer and you like to explore the maps searching for hidden places, the Guild Wars map is huge. Moreover, the map keeps extending with every new addition to the game. Indeed, the Living World, which is now being added every 2 to 3 months, and the extensions bring new maps as well as new ways to explore them. With Heart of Thorns, gliders, bouncing mushrooms, Nuhok wallows, etc. were introduced, and with Path of Fire, mounts were introduced. Mounts, but not like the other MMOs. Guild Wars 2 made mounts unique, with special movement abilities and different personalities. I just love them. The maps are very dense and content-rich. Every corner is supposed to be discovered, and the devs like to place cute or funny scenes in unexpected places. Most of the interesting locations are indicated on the map with points of interest and vistas. Also, there are gorgeous landscapes that are hidden, and nothing takes you to these places but the pleasure to explore. You can find in those maps the so-called hearts, which kind of play the role of side quests, but in a different implementation. There are mini dungeons and jumping puzzles that are either a brain teaser or a pleasure to complete. If you are an achiever and you try to get every possible achievement, if you are a completionist, as I just mentioned, new content is regularly added. With every content comes some new achievements that are not only challenges but also guides to help you discover hidden content. There are many categories, for there is always something to do in Guild Wars 2. The achievements always give achievement points, and sometimes an extra reward, a new skin, and so on. Some are short-term goals, and some are for the long term. If you're a grinder and you like to farm for gold and other in-game rewards, there are many ways in Guild Wars 2 to show that you are rich, especially with your appearance. To get the most prestigious items, you usually need to grind or farm a little. The harder the item is to get, the more prestigious it is, and the other gamers will recognize it. But those items are the exception in the game, because the devs originally wanted this game to be reachable to casual players. There are different ways to earn gold in-game, some more efficient than others, and some more difficult than others. If you're a socializer and you like to help other people or interact with them, I can say that Guild Wars 2 doesn't suit its name at the moment. But in the past, before Guild Wars 1, the guilds of Tarir were leading wars against one another for control and power. Nowadays, guilds are rather gatherings of people who want to play together, and everything is made so that playing together is easy. Guild Wars 2 has the most welcoming community, and everything in the game was thought to minimize toxicity between players. Thanks to the Looking for Group tool, you can find people or join squads to play content together. A lot of content requires to be many. World bosses, meta event chains on the latest maps, bounties, etc. You want to interact with other people, and that also makes this game so much fun. Also, mega servers allow players of different servers to play together. The only restriction is to both be on EU server or NA server. Mega servers also caters for maps to never be empty. If you're a killer and you like to compete with other people, PvP and World v World are two game modes that allow you to play against other players. In PvP, 2 teams of 5 people play against one another. There are different maps with different mechanics to make it more entertaining and less repetitive. In World v World v World, 3 servers of 80 plus people play to conquer land, towers and fortresses. You can use catapults and trebuchet, and it is a more tactical gameplay. This results in epic fights. If you're a trader and you like to play the trading post as an economy simulator, the game has a very good economy, and with a little bit of experience, it is pretty easy to make gold out of it by speculating, buying and reselling for profit. If you're a hardcore gamer, the endgame content in PvE is mainly found in fractals and raids. Fractals are a sort of dungeon designed for 5 players. The level scales from 1 to 100, and the latest levels have a challenge mode. They require good teamwork and a stuff with the so-called agony resistance to resist a condition called agony. Raids are the hardest content of the game. They are designed for groups of 10 players, and if one fails, it is very likely that the whole group fails. Here, the stuff and builds must be optimized, and the composition of the group well thought out. Also, training is necessary. If you're a zapper and you like to change gameplays, I've just talked about hardcore content. On the other end of the spectrum, Guild Wars 2 offers easy mini-games within the game, such as activities, I can mention race, survival game, brawls, etc., as well as adventures, and I already mentioned the mini-dungeons and jumping puzzles. There's a lot to do with the basic gameplays, such as playing the story, discovering the maps, enjoying the festivals, fulfilling guild missions, training in dungeons, completing the successes, switching to PvP or World v World, creating and personalizing new characters, leveling your classes, geeking out for more lore, etc. There's always something to do in Guild Wars 2. If you're a decorator, guild halls allow the guild members to gather materials. A dedicated member can then transform them into decorations and personalize the guild hall for everyone's pleasure. It's a long-term evolution that requires time and a lot of resources. But with such decorations, you can not only create cute places, but also organize treasure hunts, play hide and seek in the guild hall, create jumping puzzles and mini adventures. It's a lot of fun, and we like to do that in my guild. If you're a fashion victim, in Guild Wars 2, fashion wars are a thing. Personalization in Guild Wars 2 is endless. Character creation already allows you to make your character unique and choose a little bit of its background story. Appearances of both weapons and armors, including backpacks and auras, are countless and are very easy to swap thanks to transmutation charges. You can then use your overpowered weapon with ugly skin by applying a skin that you like. You can further personalize with the many dyes available. Once unlocked for your account, you can use them endlessly. For the more lazy ones, outfits are a very enjoyable and easy way to look good. Minis, mail carriers, finishers, and mounts can be chosen and dyed according to the look you went for. On a side note, the appearance kits in-game that you can get through the gem stores offer many other types of faces and hairstyles than the character creation panel. I must mention the guilds specialized in roleplay or music, because it is always sweet to stumble upon them and cheer the little concerts or scenes. I could go on for hours and hours, and maybe I will in other videos. If you liked this one, let me know in the comments below, and I could create some more. Seriously, go check the base game because it is free. I strongly recommend you find a community to guide you and share your experiences with, and if you enjoy it, consider buying the game and joining us. It's so worth it. In a few days, the Living World Season 4 will launch, just 3 months after the release of the second expansion, Path of Fire. I want to send a huge thank you to Woodenpotatoes, who inspired me to download the softwares necessary to the creation of this video, and pushed me out of my comfort zone to shout out my love for this game, and in future videos to share my understanding of it. Thanks for watching, catch you later.